The Beyblade X Lanternite Beyblade. So I just unboxed it already before I did this video because I didn't want it. So this right here is the Lanternite Bay. It has. Now you're wondering why does Beyblade X have to be so complex with these weird things? Well, oops. Well, this thing is the blade of Lanternite. His character picture's right here. And then they have these things called ratchets. These little things. They go on the middle of the bay. They're like the bay's like middle piece. And you have to turn it left and right in order to unlock it and unlock it. To lock it up on and lock it off. And lock off. You see? That's what the ratchet looks like. And here's the final piece. The bit. This little thing is the little piece that makes them go on the accelerator rails. Now look, here's the little ripper, and you'll have to try this. Like, ready, set, 3, 2, oh, fuck! Oop, there went the bit. I hate these bits. They fall off so easily. They fall off so goddamn easily. There you go. Damn it again. Here we go. I'm just gonna try it out. Try out the bit and see how cool. These are the bits that are the little things that go on the accelerator. Watch, so if you're gonna lock it on, you gotta twist it. You gotta do it 3 times. Ready, set. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Let it rip. Oh shit, it's crashing into stuff. Oh shit, that's fast. That thing, you can't hit it once it's going that fast. I highly recommend not touching it. I'll even show you a down below review on it. And next episode will be the Beyblade X Drop Attack Battle Set. See, that's what the bits do. Man, I like this kind of skill where you can build your own bay that'll be strong enough against another bay. Because maybe next video I'll do the drop attack battle set, which will be very useful. And that will be very useful. So remember, put it in this way. And let me do a design, do the rippers for Beyblade X. So first you're going to take your ripper, your ripcord, and let it rip, yo. But there's a certain way you can put it in. You gotta put it in the right way or else it won't work. See how this slot is more splinterized? You gotta put it in the blade, this thing with the little teeth facing us, with the teeth facing you, and then rip it out and let go of the bay in order to win the bay battle. So I kind of like this concept of Beyblade X. Building your own Beyblade the way you want to. Because of these ratchet and bits and the blade, they're very useful. They're very useful for my lives. Like that. And then you place the bit onto the little top. But what do you think about these teeth right here on the bit? Well, those are for the accelerators in the Beyblade X Stadium's toys. The Beyblade X Stadium toys. So when they're dropped into the Bay Stadium, I might get the Extreme Battle set, but I'm going to get the Drop Attack Battle set, which is a lot more cheaper. Yeah, they go really fast, yes. That's what you gotta have. An extreme way to let it rip. See? That's what the little piece there goes. So if you're bay battling, you can battle any way you want. But I highly recommend putting this bay on like at least 3 times around. Oh shit, there goes my phone. It went behind my phone and knocked it over. That's a bunch of boog. That's a bunch of boog. So this is what so once again, Beyblade X bays are composed of, like I said in the beginning of the video, Beyblade X bays are comprised of 3 different parts. The blade, the ratchet, and the bit. So according to the sheet here, this one is the ratchet is the middle piece, the blade is the top piece, the ratchet is the middle piece, and the bit is the bottom piece. So you don't want to aim these tops. You only use the Beyblade X tops with the Beyblade X base stadium. Do not lean over stadium when tops are in play. Do not use the stadium as on tables or other elevated surfaces. Tops may bounce up and hit eye in the face. In the eye or face, that'd be bad. And then people will get mad at me for having Beyblade X bases that are dangerous. Now watch. So that's why you could play it on the floor, but not in an elevated surface. And that's why you gotta have the little top piece for the Beyblade X base to stay on. So I highly recommend doing that 3 times when you're doing this. Oh guys, you see, this is Lancer Night, and this is the only one I have right now, but I'll be happy to get more, to do a full YouTube comedy series on Beyblade X stuff, on Beyblade X company and our adventures through blading. Now watch. When the referee says ready, set, and they say 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Yeah, I'm doing this shit from the show, and I'm crazily to let it rip. So you do not want to play these on stadium top. They can bounce up and hit the eye and face. And according to this red thing, it says they're only compatible with the Beyblade X system. Yep, that's true. Well, you can download Skate and Battle in the app because I already have the app, so you should be lucky. So they highly recommend removing the bit first, then the ratchet, and you're good to go with building your own bays. So you'll have to, but remember, when you're disassembling, you take out the bit first, then the ratchet next. So this right here, remember, this is Lantern Night. This is a really cool one. And it has a nice little forest green color under it with a nice sky blue and metallic and purple and clear blue, sky blue and purple ratchet with a little like very, very dark leaf, forest leaf green bit. That's why I always play with the tops with the little protective cover on it. That way the base stadium is nice and useful. So I like Lancer now. I'm gonna plan on getting another bay like Courage Dran or something because he has all bays have a specific ratchet and bit combo that you can use. That'll be useful. God damn it! God damn it! This is fucking crazy. My bay keeps falling out of my hand. So that's how a bay top looks like for Beyblade X. Now remember, the instructions say to remove the bit before you remove the ratchet from the blade. See? See, it's easy. It's as easy as that. Right? And sometimes you could burst the bay like with the other bay hitting the ratchet, and then it'll explode and the bit will fall off, and the bay will obviously have a victory for each bay that you know about Beyblade. So in a bay match, there are 3 battles. And if one player doesn't win the first battle, they can win the second battle, and then they'll move on to a final death match, a final match. So obviously these bays are really, really cool. I highly recommend for anyone who's a big Beyblade fan, like me, obviously. Because I did collect the burst bays, but you just seen that on a video that I did like a long time ago. That was so annoying. It was so annoying. So watch. And look at the instructions. They even tell you to put the ratchet on before the bit. Ooh, they got ways to win the game, to actually win the Bay battle. And actually, the Bay battling instructions are on this side. Let's see, launch. And we're gonna do the launch. I'm gonna read the instructions to you while you guys watch. So first, you insert the ripcord into the slot. Teeth face center. Teeth face the center. Then you put your Bay on. God damn it! Oh, this is why I like these Beyblade XPs, because their blades are super strong, are super safe. They are super safe at least, which is lucky. So then we're gonna look at watch. I'll read the launch. Then you put your Bay on, never over tightening it. Just do it like 3 rotations 3 times. You see? And then compete when they say 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Both launch at the same time. For best performance, using Extreme Battle Set Stadium, sold separately. But they also have a way of using the Extreme Drop Battle Set, but they'll most likely use the the Extreme Battle Set. But I'm gonna use the Drop Attack Battle Set because it's much easier to use, because it's more funner to use. You gotta be 6-inch, and look. When gears of the bit hit the accelerator rail meet, Super Acceleration X Dash activates. Battle Zone, and this Drop Attack Battle Set has the Extreme Finish Zone, the Accelerator, Knockout Zone, and Battle Zone. Ooh, there's a burst finish. Just like in Beyblade Burst, there's a burst finish. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome! So it says to play it on the floor. So now we're going to move on to the battle part of this instruction. Battle. First player to 4 points wins. And there are 3 ways of winning. There are 4 ways of winning now. One with each set of 1 to 3 points. So first up comes the survivor finish. See, watch. So it's when one of the bays stops spinning, that's a survivor finish. So let's say Lancer Knight was battling Courage Dran, and the Courage Dran wins with a survivor finish. Next up is a 2-point one, one of the 2-point ones, which is knockout. The 2-point one. This is one of the 2-pointers. Is the knockout or KO finish. So that means when you knock it into one of the knockout areas, that player loses the battle automatically, and the player with 2 points, and the player that does the knockout finish will get 2 points. Ooh, you're gonna love this one. This is one of the many ones from Beyblade Burst, which is the burst finish. It's when one of the bays bursts, when the ratchet comes loose, and it actually comes loose. So when the bay burst is like this, oops, not like that, guys, and definitely not falling on the floor will make it a burst finish. So when the bay burst is, I'll just show Lantern Knight all done burst for an example. So when it's all in pieces, that means it's God damn it. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. So like I was saying, when the bay falls apart like this for an example, when the ratchet and bit both fall off, that is a burst finish. That came from the show Beyblade Burst. And it looks like they put it in X as well. And finally, there's an extreme finish. This is like the knockout finish, but if it falls into the extreme finish zone, that player loses, and that winner, the player with the bay, the base holder, gets 3 points. See, it actually shows it right here, the extreme finish right here. It shows it right here. See down here, the extreme finish. That's when they fall into the extreme winners, the extreme finish zone. Yeah, so guys, I highly recommend watching Beyblade X. It's on Disney XD and YouTube, and I'm glad it's on YouTube now because I can actually watch it without having to watch it from my satellite box with Disney XD. Because that's where it's airing right now. That's where it's airing. That's where Beyblade X is airing on Disney XD. Now, most people say they would put the show on Cartoon Network, like they did with Beyblade, like Metal Fusion, Metal Masters, Metal Fury, maybe Shogun Steel, Bay Wheels. Well, was powered by Beyblades, but Bay Wheels was powered by Beyblade, but I don't want to collect the Bay Wheels again, ever, because they're too complex. Then on Cartoon Network, they put on Shogun Steel, then Bay Warriors, Bay Raiders with some of the Bay monsters from Shogun Steel, and some of the characters, and maybe all the characters from mostly Bay Wheels, which is which show the protagonists of Bay Wheels and Bay Warriors, Bay Raiders. Then they moved on to putting it on Disney XD and the Teletoon channel, Teletoon Cartoon channel. That's where Beyblade Burst also aired. But I like watching it on Disney XD because it's more useful. And maybe I'll do a YouTube series based on Beyblade X Bays, because I will do that for you guys. I'll do that for you. I will indeed. So once I get the drop attack battle set. Oh shit, I'm sorry, phone, I'm sorry. Oh, phone, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. That gave me a nightmare. I almost killed my phone. So guys, I guess that's gonna be it for this video. See you next time.